Wellington. Castillo blasts it toward the left field corner, and that ball is gone. A home run. Beef Wellington's what's for dinner. Wellington Castillo takes it out of here for a 3-run homer. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Steve, absolutely, it's what's for dinner. And Wellington Castillo is our sonic shake-it-up performance. And you know the numbers on this road trip. It's been unbelievable the last 5 games, or I should say 6 games. The average almost 400, 5 home runs. In fact, since coming over in the trade in early June, Wellington batting .291 with 10 home runs. So he's done an unbelievable job adding some pop into this lineup. 4 home runs in the last 6 games on this trip for a total of 5 home runs. These are the tweets that we've been seeing. Hashtag beef mode. He won game 1 in Houston with a home run in the 10th. So Dante weighing in, John and Derek Lantia as well. And we think we're going to see some signs out at Chase Field when we get back home with beef mode, beef Wellington. And with that said, we thought we would pull out all the stops and bring beef Wellington to meet Wellington Castillo. Well, it is not every day that you have a fine dining experience out here on a baseball field, but that's exactly what we're doing. I'm alongside executive chef at Smith & Wollensky, Washington, D.C., Nathan Street. And Nathan, thank you for bringing the linens and the silverware and, of course, the beef Wellington. We'll get to that in a moment, but your restaurant is close by, right?
Yeah, we're actually located in the heart of D.C. Our address is 1112 19th Northwest, so anytime you guys are back in town, please, by all means, be our personal guests.
Well, you guys have pulled out all the stops, and we certainly appreciate it. Now, beef Wellington, it doesn't sound very easy to make. I'm not a very good cook. I wouldn't even attempt it, but tell me how you were able to put this together.
So we started with a nice Chateaubriand, which is going to be the largest portion of a beef tenderloin. Then we made a homemade pate, which is made with foie gras, and then a mushroom duxelle, and then crepes. That's the secret. If you make it at home, the crepes is what keeps the puff pastry from getting soggy.
Sounds delicious, and there it is. The other question I had for you is, do you know the origin of the name Beef Wellington?
So the origin is actually from Arthur Wesley. He was the first Duke of Wellington in England, and this was his absolute favorite dish. He had it prepared for him constantly, so this was named after him, rightfully so.
All right, well, we hope that our own Wellington Castillo is going to love it. I'm sure that he will. Up next on Diamondbacks Live, Beef Wellington will meet Wellington Castillo. That's coming up here from Washington, D.C. We're at Nationals Park. Stay with us. Point now where beef and beef mode is just catching on. The fans really like it. So I have to ask you, have you ever eaten beef Wellington? Do you like it?
I never ate it, honestly. Never. I don't even know what it is. So I would like to eat it one day and try and see why they called me like that. But I really like the name. You know, I'm into
beef mode. You like that?
Whatever they want to call me, I mean.
You do like beef, right? You're not a vegetarian.
No, not a lot. I love beef.
As promised, we have Wellington Castillo, Diamondbacks catcher, out here on the field now. And you and I talked in Houston. It's catching on with all the fans. They like hashtag beef mode. You've been hitting home runs like crazy on this road trip. So you like beef, right?
Oh, yeah, I love beef.
Okay, now you wanted to try Beef Wellington, though, right? It's kind of your nickname now.
Of course, why not?
All right, so guess what? We made it happen. Actually, I've done nothing, but the folks at Smith & Wollensky, D.C. have done it all. So let's come on over. We have a lovely table set up. Executive Chef Nathan Street is here. Come on and sit down. It's pretty fancy for a baseball field, right?
Feel good.
And Sonny is going to come on in. Sonny, come on and present this beef meat beef. Okay? It's in a puff pastry. Actually, I'll come over and let Nathan kind of explain what you have here.
All right, so what I present to you is a beef Wellington. What that is a filet wrapped in pate, then crusted in a mushroom duxelle, wrapped in crepes, and then wrapped again in puff pastry and baked.
What do you think?
It sounds good. Let's get a try.
All right, so go ahead. You have a pretty sharp knife there. Dig in, and while he's cutting it, Nathan, how do you cook it to just the right temperature?
So we start, it's important to use a thermometer when cooking, a piece of meat like this because, in the kitchen and stuff, we actually, touch the beef and you become familiar with the temperature by sense of feel. But since we can't actually feel the beef, an internal probe is really the best way to go about that.
Well, it looks delicious.
It smells good. I'll let you know now.
The moment of truth. Beef Wellington and Wellington Castillo coming together here.
It's really good. That's really good. I like it. Can I have it all?
Can you? Absolutely, you can. Do you think you can eat all that before the game?
I'm not playing today. I'll be available later. They get it all along. That's really good, though. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful. Nathan, thank you once again.
Absolutely.
This was a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to sneak a bite of it myself when Wellington's not looking.
Think he'll let you?
I hope so.
Yeah. Let's get him.
Well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And we think that beef mode will be in full force, especially when we get back to Chase Field. Once again, our thanks to Smith & Wolenski, Washington, D.C., and Wellington Castillo. So not only did Wellington get to try the beef Wellington, taste it, and then he got to even take it on into the clubhouse. There's a look at it once again. Oh, just delicious. So we decided, go ahead and take it in, share with a few of the guys, and it was a big hit. And Chef Nathan Street went in as well. He's in the coach's room. Mark Grace loved it. Gracie was the first one to try. He said it was heavenly, in fact. And Oliver Perez and Duran Ciarte taking a look as well. And it's a huge hit. Again, something that's not too easy to make, but delicious nevertheless. And I gotta tell you, I took a bite of it as well. The cut of meat is just absolutely melt in your mouth. So I think we have a successful meeting of the two. We were wondering, where's the beef? Well, it was here in D.C. today. And as Wellington said, he's not in the starting lineup tonight, but he's always ready to come off the bench. And I'm pretty sure he'll be back in there tomorrow as well. What a great addition he's been to the D-backs lineup. And we're kind of glad we could have a little bit of a culinary themed show tonight with Beef Wellington here in the house. And we remind you, our game is delayed, but it will be coming your way shortly if it were to start on time. Of course, you see the countdown clock brought to you by Domino's. Track your pizza delivery at Domino's.com. We haven't seen any full-fledged rain here yet, but they are certainly expecting it here in D.C. Stay tuned.